Tent destroyed. All right, the tent that was over there. Excuse the coughing, but another what would this be called? Another was it addition? Addition. We're gonna say addition. Another edition, or no, I don't say edition. What do I want to say? Edition? That word? Right. Another edition. Welcome to another edition of me. I don't like how that comes across. Anyway, the point. we're about to have a conversation with my wife, and I want her 2 cents on the situation. She doesn't know what I'm going to talk about. Maybe she might. I haven't told her, so if she knows, it's because she's psychic. But basically, I want to. Her and I briefly talked about it the other day, but I kind of want to get her her viewpoint on the situation, and hear what she thinks, and from a woman's perspective, and we'll go from there. So, sorry about that. So, I'm gonna play the video and watch it. Then we'll come back. Okay. High five for teamwork.
Lavar, can I switch gears with you because I have a question here.
You can switch gears with me anytime.
Let's stay focused here. All right. Can you please explain to me what the...
Okay, so you saw the video. And so basically those of you who saw the video don't really know what's going on. Lavar Ball, and I want to go on record and state this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm not a Lavar Ball fan at all. I don't like the guy, never had liked the guy when he first came out with his Lonzo, his son. Just never been a fan of him. I just think he's irritating. He is the opposite of what I consider a man to be. That's just me. Many people are like, oh, he takes care of his kids. I don't like him. So I'm saying that to say that so what I'm about to say could seem like I'm defending him because I like him. No, I'm not. But I'm just curious though, real quick. What is your thoughts as a woman on what you heard?
I think everybody took it as inappropriate, but only he's the only person who knows what he did or didn't mean by it. He could use a filter, and then he wouldn't be in that situation at all. But there's just stuff you shouldn't say to people.
But that's hearing it though, as a woman. So if a guy's talking to you and he says you can switch gears with me anytime, would you take that?
It depends on
like
how
that,
it's said.
like how he just said it.
It completely depends on who's saying it, how it's said, the context, and everything. Because, like I said, I don't know that I would have directly, like it's being given to me in a context like question this. I don't know if I would have. I don't even know if I would have processed it at the time while it was being said to me, and then came back later and like, man, that was inappropriate. I honestly don't know.
But no, I just, it's funny because it seems like the reason why I say I don't think he meant it that way is because that of what I know about Lavar Ball is like he thinks everything through before he says it, even though it may sound ridiculous, right? Everything is seems to be plotted out. Everything seems to be I don't know. It's like he sits at home and says, all right, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that, like this, I'm gonna say this, like that. Like everything is there's like a blueprint. Although one I don't agree with, but there's a blueprint. Sorry about that. Hope it's still recording. But there's this blueprint of his mannerisms, the blueprint of his speech and his way of addressing life, right? That he follows daily. And he's not a freestyle kind of person. To me, he's not a just say something at that moment. It just seems like everything is always meticulous, listen, right, with him. And I just didn't gather that at that moment he just said that to be.
But then he could have very well done it for shock value. It's gonna get more. I don't watch anything about him, but now I'm watching something because of shock value moment.
And he does that, but everything he says shock value wise has been planned out.
It could have. He just took it. He may have taken an opportunity to escalate it, but again, the only person knows that for sure is him.
So this leads me to my I guess my thing is, so as a man, it seems like no matter what we say, it has the ability to escalate to something greater, and you have to go back and say, yo, alright, so I said X, but it wasn't. That's not what I meant when I said that.
Anybody. I don't think it's just men.
Well, I mean, it could
watch
be everybody.
how you talk to people. You shouldn't say anything to somebody that you wouldn't want said to you or said to somebody that you care about.
But okay, right, and I'm not saying you're wrong with that, but I'm just saying it just seems, from a man's perspective, it just seems like no matter what we say to a female nowadays, even something as simple as, I don't know, you look nice today, or that shirt look brings out your eyes. You know, it just seems like lately, I don't want to say just women, I say people, we'll say people in general, we're so sensitive, we're so quick to run left with everything. Like, why have we become that kind of people?
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that people are speaking up for themselves, and people have been allowed to say things and do things for a long time that have always made people uncomfortable. But now it's okay to say, I don't like it when people do these kind of things. Like, catcalling is something that happens all of the time, but it's like, people start standing up and saying that makes people uncomfortable, it makes women feel unsafe, please don't do that. And then you throw it on the women, like nobody's really trying to. It's just like, that's not always the case. Maybe you aren't, but don't throw it on me. I'm telling you that I'm allowed to tell you that I'm uncomfortable with something.
Right.
And so it's okay to speak up and say this kind of behavior, this kind of talk is not okay just because it's been socially accepted so far. It doesn't mean that it's a good thing. And a lot of people, it's like, why are you saying the thing that you're saying? If you could filter it out, then you get down to people being to actual good intent, because it's not being said and done all of the time.
But see, I think I get that. You're right. You're right. But I guess
like,
also,
I don't know. Maybe I'm more paranoid than other people. Like, I can see a guy dressed up real nice. I don't necessarily have to tell him that, especially if we're not close. Like, I'll tell my brother he looks nice, but some random dude on the street, I don't need to tell him that his suit looks nice on him or his shoes look good. I can keep that to myself. But it's like, so it's not necessary. I've decided that I want to voice something about somebody else, and that may very well make him uncomfortable. For all I know, he's a married man. It's like, no, my wife is around here. So that I made a choice in me opening my mouth. He has every right to be uncomfortable with that.
Right, and I'm not saying people don't have the right to be uncomfortable, but I wonder, are we, okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess for me, it's like, I think there's, okay, so where do we draw the line, right? So how does a person
telling you that they're uncomfortable?
Right, but okay, but see, well, how does a person go from, some ladies like cat calls. Some ladies wear outfits just to get a cat call. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's called, cat call, right? Women don't do that. No woman dresses like they dress for a cat call.
You're missing the point.
No.
Women dress to get the attention of the person they want to get attention from.
Oh, so it's wrong. Okay,
just
so
like you dress, because you care about. Let's go to Teenage Carlos. You dress to the nines to get the attention of the girl you wanted attention from. If the girl,
I was trying to get that was a bad example.
Anyway,
I was trying to get into any chick who was looking my way.
That's
because I was sexy.
So sad. Anyway,
I was sexy.
You want attention for the perfect person you want attention from. But if somebody comes your way that you don't want attention from, you're like, yeah, no, excuse me, you can take that somewhere else. Like, it's not just I want somebody to catcall me in general. Like.
Okay, so it's wrong.
Because I don't want Creepy Ed at the grocery store to catcall. I didn't put on the outfit for Creepy Ed.
Okay, so it's wrong for Creepy Ed to like it, but it's okay
it's wrong for Creepy Ed to say it out loud.
So wait. So see that's where it's weird because
then that's just an assumption
so
on your part.
catcalling is only based on.
That's
it's okay to catcall if I like you.
Absolutely how creepy it is, because the old lady missing the eyes
fair.
like, you look fine today.
That's not fair.
Take that too.
No, man. Please
no. And then that's also under the assumption that's also assuming that a woman is dressing nice. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
That's also under the assumption that a woman is dressing nice because she wants your attention. I dress nice because I like to dress nice. That doesn't mean I want you to catcall me.
Okay, well, let's go back to the first part, right?
And also catcalls women can be dressing. Catcalls can be addressed to women. Stop it. Addressed to women doesn't matter what they're wearing.
That's true. Okay, but so let's go back to that first part, right? So a cat call is only, in your mind, or I don't know if this is across the board, but so a cat call is only considered bad if it's coming from the individual you don't want to attract.
No.
Is that what's being said?
No. Do you remember me talking to you about had you spoken to me in a certain way when we first met? Then I'd be like, bye. Like, that's not a respectful way to get someone's attention.
Right.
There's a way to give a compliment if you've got to. Like, like the first thing out your mouth should not be complimenting my body. Like, that just shouldn't.
So it'd be wrong if I said, girl, them hips is real.
Yeah.
That's
let's
wrong?
not do that, because you immediately have been stamped creep.
Oh, but what if handsome? Okay, so if Creepy Ed says that,
it's creepy if Creepy Ed.
If anybody's name is Ed watches, I am sorry.
Sorry, Creepy Ed.
But if Handsome Ed says it, it's okay.
No.
No, wait.
No, that's what I just said.
Well, you didn't like me when I first saw you, so that was a bad example.
No, it's not. It's what I'm saying is just because you're attractive doesn't mean I want you to say something creepy to me.
How was that creepy? Me complimenting the work that God has done in your body.
So sad. Stop that.
How is that creepy? No, okay. Disregard the last part. But no, for like if a guy wants to, if a guy says, hey girl, you got big boobs,
because catcalling isn't only like you picked great complementary colors in your outfits. Don't be saying that, man. It's dang girl, your butt look like it's not like
that's not sexy. That's not right. Okay, but see, here's the thing, right? And no, this is the real, because there's some ladies who like that. Okay. Some ladies like, okay,
and there's some
but see, you
people,
don't know.
No. And
as
there's
a man, as a single man, you don't know.
There's some people who eat fruitcake. The majority of us don't like that. You cannot. That's no. It's just because you found two people.
Did you compare a
cat calling to fruitcake? Yes, I did. I think that's an amazing comparison. You're one of the only people who doesn't understand this concept.
I don't see how the two go together.
I know you don't, because when we first met, I told you that you compliment far too much.
To you?
In general. That was a habit we had to. It's like, why are we saying that today?
Well,
was that necessary? Are we going on a date with her? That's why you don't understand this concept. You're like, I'm trying to be nice.
I'm trying to be nice.
You in your face. Okay.
This is true.
She was trying to be safe.
Okay, let's go back.
Maybe it's because.
Oh, you just want to get all out now?
No, I'm saying maybe it's because you, like, guys don't tend to get physically complimented
they touch
as
me.
often.
I'm kidding.
Physically complimented as often.
Well, I don't think a girl walk up to a guy, but like, nice eggplant you got there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that.
And that would be rude. Yes, it does happen because some women are vulgar. But no, I mean, no. And so that does happen. So just as inappropriate as that is, like, that's how it feels in reverse. Just because it doesn't happen all of the time.
I think I'll be offended by it.
You're ridiculous. Throw you away.
Now she packed, you
like fruitcake and I'm gonna have to play.
Nice eggplant. That'll be a problem.
But
hey,
no, but it's along the same lines. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's. I don't understand how you don't.
No, I guess what I don't understand is, and I know
there's also a difference between complimenting somebody and being vulgar.
Okay, but okay. See, here's the issue, right? We have a lot of women in our society who actually look for or dress a certain way for a man to say, you know, I like your butt, or I like your breast, or your hips is nice, or whatever,
that doesn't mean that you have to oblige that.
So how does a man? I'm married, so it's whatever. So how does a single man know when he's around a lady who likes or doesn't like
he should find
that kind
something
of
else to compliment? Find something that just because she's doing that doesn't mean that you have to reduce your speech to that.
What if all she has is that?
Wow, then you shouldn't be talking to her at all.
What if all she has? What if she's not
build
bright?
Build this woman up. Wow.
What if she's not bright?
Then you shouldn't be talking to her.
But if I'm a single, unsaved man, there's only one thing I really want from her.
This conversation isn't targeted towards them, is
well,
it?
I don't know where we are in the conversation now. We have left. I can't even. I'm tired of this Molly, but I don't really understand what this conversation is about anymore. But I'm just trying to understand, like, going back to Lavar,
Should he be able to say vulgar things and we're
That
okay?
wasn't vulgar.
You don't know that. Because if it was intended as an innuendo, then it was vulgar. If it wasn't intended as an innuendo,
define
but
vulgar.
we don't
then.
know that.
Define vulgar.
If him talking about switching gears with her in a sexual manner on national TV when he is a married man, that's vulgar. Don't try and don't.
When does switching gears become a sexual
Are you
window?
about to ask how car? Are you serious?
So just
Stop that.
So be clear. Just be
Stop
clear.
that.
So tonight, if I come and say, "Hey, girl, let me switch your gears,"
There's like
is that literally me saying?
That's
Okay, me then yes. Okay, that was a bad example. But if a
just
guy,
like baseball is used, I got to third base. Is you who decided to do that? I don't know, but people use it.
all right, I give you that one. So what if you're in a like auto zone?
What do you sound like Olivia? That's how she asks questions.
That's where she get it from.
That's how Olivia asks questions. Anyway, were you about to ask me a car question about AutoZone?
That was the plan. That was the plan. Not anymore, but that was definitely the plan. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I guess I don't care. I'm trying to win this battle. I have lost, but I'm trying to win this joint. I just don't understand. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of times like things are taken and blown out of proportion and made bigger than what they really are.
It can be.
And then you get innocent men. You know what I'm saying? You get good men.
Sorry, I'm just trying to picture all the thousands of innocent men.
Just see, you're a woman. That's why.
I was just complimenting her shoes, and she told me to take it somewhere.
See, that's, I don't want to talk about this. This conversation is over.
All the thousands of hurt, devastated.
See, I don't want to do this.
We're trying to casually catcall without hurting someone.
Hey, girl, I like the way your ends not split. Hey, girl. I like the way you coordinate that yellow and that brown, girl. You got good taste. See, that is possible. No, but for all jokes aside, I don't
You know what?
understand.
Okay. No. Okay. Listen. Okay. So I don't get. This doesn't happen often. But at the gas station one day, several years ago.
Oh, you got to throw that in?
Listen.
You can tell me if it was last week.
No.
Just give me his name and address.
I got hit on. And I was like, sorry, I'm married. And this man said something to me. I was just like, what?
What is it?
He said, with all due respect, your husband is a very lucky man. And I was like, that's the nicest I'm gonna step this somewhere else I've ever heard. You are a very lucky man. Because he could have just been creepy and kept trying. And be like, no, it's okay. He don't need to know, because that's how creepy Eddie hit on you. He doesn't need to know. And try anyway, because he just got to.
Okay, so that's okay? Is that what you're saying?
Continue to be vulgar, no.
No, so just be clear. If I walk up to a lady and says, you know what? Your husband is blessed to have you.
No,
That's okay?
You just completely took it out of context.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't. Apparently I don't understand catcalling or women. I don't understand anything apparently because I don't understand how everything now seems to be.
It's not being so dramatic.
No, I'm serious. How is everything now? Oh, he's trying to take my virginity. And how is everything so sexual and everybody take everything so?
We're in America.
No, that's dumb. I'm sorry, y'all make things more confusing than they need to be. Not you though. You trying to do something nice, but no, not you. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm going back to what I said. I'm not saying that Molly.
But she wasn't the only person that took
Right.
it that way. And the initial way it hit that entire room was
It did.
So it wasn't just like her being all in her feminism and being like, oh, did he just hit on me? No, everybody took offense to that.
Everybody
which was,
Carlos.
this is not...
I was like,
that is not something that's appropriate to say, period. No, she wasn't the only person that got that.
but see, I wonder if it's because it's him. Because he's known as a vulgar person. Well, yeah,
if you are a vulgar person and the stuff that comes out of your mouth is normally vulgar, you've given us a filter to put everything through.
So me, not a vulgar person, I tell a girl, put me in that position, and I say, girl, he would say girl, but he says...
No, because if she'd asked, is it okay to shift gears, you'd have said, sure.
True, but if I had said, you should gears me anytime...
You wouldn't have said that.
Okay.
No, you would have said, sure. That's the normal person response to that.
I wonder if it was him. I wonder because he's crazy or creepy Ed.
He is creepy Ed.
Right, so I think it's because he's creepy
You
Ed.
need a visual. Creepy Ed. Just keep it.
Lavar, okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know anymore what the point of this video was. I had a plan, I did, and we have shifted gears.
Don't compliment a woman's body until you're at least on a date.
Not even then, apparently.
If you're not on a date
you can't even
with
say
this
to
person,
a woman, no.
Keep your opinion to yourself.
No, you can't. There's things I've said to you. We're married 9 years in, and there's things that I've said to you, and you're like, that wasn't appropriate. Like that one time when I was joking, and I said,
are you gonna say this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me think all over.
Say it through. Say it twice.
Okay, when I said that once, hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Hold on. Okay, when I said that dress looks like a thought dress, I didn't say you were a thought.
Gosh.
You remember that? You remember that?
Because it was extremely inappropriate.
But I didn't say you
That's
were
not
a
a
thought.
compliment.
I said the dress you put on is kind of.
What if I just said like that suit you got on looked like a pimp suit? You know, because you would take that as a compliment.
Yes, I would have been like, yes. Mission accomplished.
You're such a jerk.
But no, you.
No, I need to date the pimp. I need to be like 60s, 70s, or 80s.
That'd be different. Yeah, then we have a problem then. You're like, what? But no, what's like just even in marriage, there's things that a person says and is automatically taken like wrong. Like, I feel like a guy can't tell a woman anything.
You're about to get yourself in trouble.
I'm proud of you.
I can feel it.
I'm waiting for the comments. I just feel like at times like a guy can't just say stuff and it's always taken like, oh my gosh, he wants my drawers. Not always.
Carlos, we're married, and that's always the case.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because you just said even in marriage, so I don't know what we're talking about.
Well,
anymore.
I do. I always want the drawers.
Okay.
Sorry. I am married. I can say that.
Okay.
But anyways, I don't know. We gotta pick our kids up. We can't talk like this around the kids. End of the day, long story short, I feel we're in a society where each and everything we say as a man is always viewed as, oh, he's trying to get in my goodies.
You're so dramatic.
And I just don't think that it's always that way. I think there's a guy, there's times when I say things, man, you look nice in that outfit. Or I like your socks. There's a lady at my job, she wears her socks match every outfit, and I call her sock lady. And I said, it did sound bad, I think, like. But I said, excuse me, ma'am. And she said, yeah. I said, you wear socks match every outfit, don't you? And she giggled. She said, you know this? She go, oh, wow, thank you. Yeah, I do that. And she gave me a little story behind it. And it was kind of cool. So sometimes.
That you compliment her socks. Look, we're not talking about her hips. Like,
So if I said our ankles were sexy, that'd be inappropriate. If I had said, girl, the way your was the cankles, if I said you got some cankles, that'd be bad. I don't get y'all, man. Y'all just want to argue and fight with people, man. Y'all just can't.
I'm going to get
No,
our
for real.
children.
Bump them kids. All right, y'all. Okay, side note real quick. Hold on, we're not seeing that. Just hold on. So we get out the car, right? My wife and I both are kind of sick. I'm worse off than she is, but she like her voice. I think her voice still sexy to me. But she says, so we get out the car, and then we have 2 kids, so we got to go different directions. I get one kid, she gets the other kid, and we get, so our car's here, our car, another car. I get out and I go behind the other car, and Teresa says, my voice. You said you hate your voice, something like that. What'd you say?
I said it sounds so gross.
Sounds so gross. And I say, but you still sound sexy to me. I say it's still sexy to me, girl. I say that. This lady comes out of her car, out of the daycare, and she's in front of me when I say that. She looks back at me. I said, no. I was talking to my wife. I was talking to my wife. And she just looked at the whole time she get in the car, she just staring at me. And I'm like, I promise you, woman,
Are you being creepy yet?
body about that big. There was nothing there to be sexy about. Her sweat, that was not her man's sweatshirt. That was her kid's sweatshirt because she could fit it. There was nothing there. There was no reason for me to.
Okay, that you don't need to. You can just. That's too much. It's okay.
Point is,
You weren't
there was a moment as I was trying to be, sweet and sexy with my wife, it was taken the wrong way. That's my point.
No, it
It's
wasn't.
like,
No, it
what?
wasn't. Because we were talking
What?
about things being said directly to a person on purpose.
But not
something-
not
because
always, not
if
always.
you had
because-
said that to her
Mhm.
on purpose,
Right, that's different
it would
though.
have been
But a guy would.
creepy.
We're gonna get something to eat. Hold on. See that? Take that the wrong way. But what if? But if a guy? but if a guy is just saying something, right, and he means nothing disrespectful about it, but yet it's taken the wrong way.
Babe, no, but
And just
what
like
you
just then-
said would have been disrespectful. You don't know that girl from Adam.
But no, but, okay, no, that's not just that, but anything. What if I had
But
said?
you're trying to use it to back up your point. And the point
point
you're
is-
talking about
no.
people talking to people on purpose
Uh-huh.
and saying things that can be taken inappropriately. Yours was an accident.
But no, no.
Yes.
The point is,
It's not if
I
somebody
said
accidentally
something
overhears
that
you saying
wasn't.
it. Appropriate.
That was not inappropriate.
Yes, it was.
To say you still sexy? You told me a guy said you were still sexy. I would have taken that the wrong way.
Really?
I'd have been like, well, thank you, sir, for complimenting my wife. I too believe that she is still sexy.
You are alive.
I don't understand the problem.
Alrighty.
But anyways, I just wanted to share.
You tried.
I did. It didn't work. Try it. I don't watch.